If you're a male over the age of 30 and you're struggling with fat loss, it's not because you're lazy, okay? It's because no one ever taught you the basics, the fundamentals, okay? What's up, guys? Hey, welcome to the video. Listen, if you're new to me, my name is Kyle Settles. I've been in the fitness industry for over a decade, okay? I've opened many successful gyms and I've helped thousands of people lose weight and keep it off for good, including myself. At one point in my life, guys, I was 100 pounds overweight, okay? It took 2 DUIs and 6 months of house arrest for me to finally wake up and change my life. But I promise you, if you stay with me in this video, you're gonna know exactly what to do to change your life, okay? So grab a pen, okay? Buckle up, be where your feet are, and let's dive into this, okay? Now listen, when it comes to fat loss, when it comes to health, wealth, making money, relationships. Listen, guys, there are 4 things that we must have, okay? Number 1 is mindset. Number 2 is skill sets. Number 3 is habits, okay? And number 4, one of the most important, is accountability, okay? And listen, today we're just gonna go over the skill sets. I'm gonna get you started, okay? I'm gonna teach you exactly how many calories you should have, how much protein you should be eating, how you should track this, what you should track, how you should measure your progress, and realistic expectations so that you can get started, okay? Now listen, these pillars are so important because listen, guys, if you're missing the mindset, okay, the perspective, the understanding, the belief in yourself, then the skill sets, the habits, the accountability, none of that matters. Okay, same thing over here. If you don't have accountability, but you have all 3 of these, you have mindset, skill sets, habits, but you don't have anything holding you accountable, right? You haven't actually committed to what you want and you're just interested, right? That's when the results don't happen, right? We're not following through, we're circumstantial, okay? So listen, before we dive into getting you started, what I do know is that if you're watching this video, okay, like I once was, okay, you're unhappy, okay? You maybe don't have the confidence right now. You don't like the way the mirror looks. You are timid to take your shirt off. You're pulling your shirt out of your rolls. Your sex life may be going down the gutter. Like, so many things are affected when you're not confident in your body, when you're not confident in yourself. Okay, and I know firsthand exactly what that feels like. Guys, I was 100 pounds overweight. I used to distract myself and numb myself with like a 12-pack or whiskey every single day until finally the universe slapped me in the face and said, hey, enough's enough, and took everything away from me, put a bracelet on my ankle, 6 months house arrest, and that's when I changed my life, right? Everything was gone, everything was taken. Okay, but you don't have to hit rock bottom, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to keep it simple. So many people overcomplicate it because there's so many chefs in the kitchen, right? There's so many fads out there, right? You gotta keep one chef, one coach in the kitchen, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do and how to change your life, okay? So let's get into this, okay? First things first, and we're gonna go over the basics, guys, right? First things first, you gotta understand what macros are, okay? So let's talk about macros real quick, okay? What are macros? And again, we're gonna keep this stupid simple, okay? Because I don't wanna overcomplicate anything. Macros are just protein, carbs, and fats, okay? Protein, carbs, and fats are what make up your food. You already eat every single day, right? You're just like not eating, you eat every single day. Just like you spend money every single day, you spend calories every single day. So when you eat food, the calories are coming from protein, carbs, and fats, okay? And typically, protein, carbs, and fats are weighed in ounces or grams, right? And if you look at the back of a food label, you'll see these macronutrients. You'll see protein, 25 grams, carbs, 50 grams. You'll see fats, usually a little bit lower, maybe 15, 10 grams, okay? In each one of those grams, protein has 4 calories, okay? Carbs have 4 calories, okay? And fats have 9 calories, okay? And this is why I keep my fats lower. And listen, guys, we'll dive into this more in the video, but like think about nuts, cheeses, olive oils, right? High-fat steaks, ribeyes. Listen, all those foods are freaking amazing, right? They taste awesome. Why? Because there's a lot of fat. If there's a lot of fat, you know there's a lot of calories, right? Again, there's a certain amount of calories that you need to eat each and every day, right? Just like spending money, there's a certain amount of calories that you need to eat each and every day to lose weight, okay? So now that we know that protein has 4 calories, carbs have 4 calories per 1 gram, fats have 9 calories. Let me give you just an easy example, okay? An easy example. Let's say this protein bar, okay, has, let's go easy numbers, 20 grams of protein, okay? Let's say it has 30 grams of carbs, and let's say it has 10 grams of fat, okay? How many calories? And obviously on the back of the food label, it's gonna tell you the calories, it's gonna tell you the macros, but it's important to have understanding of this. The more understanding you have, the easier it's gonna be for you to go on vacation, go on lunch meetings, travel, go to weddings, go to parties, do all of these things because you have understanding so you can make better choices, okay? So let's do the math real quick. 20 times 4 is what? 2 times 4 is, that's 80 calories, okay? 30 times 4, 3 times 4, it's 120 calories. And then you know 10 times 9 is 90 calories, okay? So let's add up 120 plus 80, that's 200, 290. So this protein bar is 290 calories, okay? I'm just giving you an example so that you, when you see on the back of a food label, if you see 290 calories, you're seeing where the calories are coming from, okay? So make sure you guys are writing this down. When you write, okay, you're gonna retain what you're learning, okay? So now that we know the basics, okay, let's move forward. And again, guys, if you guys want more information on this, down below, you guys can join my free school, right? Where I go live on there. There's a free course. We get live on there every week. We can go live and answer questions. I would totally go live on YouTube, but I don't have enough subscribers yet, okay? I don't have enough watch time hours. So make sure you guys like and comment down below what you need help with so I can make a video tailored towards you, okay? So now that we know what macros are, where the calories are coming from, now it's like, okay, hey, what is my balance? Okay, I need to know how much money, how much calories I can eat every single day, okay? And remember, when it comes to fat loss, right, you probably know of this, right? A calorie deficit. We gotta eat less than we're burning. We gotta burn more calories than we are consuming, right? So we're eating calories and we're burning calories. There's 4 different ways that we burn calories. We're gonna go over that here in a few minutes, okay? But first, let's figure out how many calories are you starting with, okay? And the easiest way to do this, guys, is you got 10, you got 11, you got 12, 13, 14, 15, okay? So whatever your weight is, okay, whatever your goal weight is, okay? So let me give you an example. Let's say you're 250 pounds, right? You want to lose 50 pounds. You want to get back down to 200. You want to start seeing visible abs. You want to start to feel better in your clothes, more confidence, all the things that come with being your best self, okay? So say your current weight is 250 pounds, but your goal weight is 200 pounds, okay? We want to make sure that we're going off of our goal weight, okay? We don't want to feed all of our body fat. Listen, guys, when I was 300 pounds and I had 100 pounds of body fat on me, I don't want to feed the body fat. I want to feed my lean body mass, right? My lean muscle tissue, okay? I want to feed for my goal weight, okay? So we need to figure out how many calories. I don't even care if you're working out right now. I don't care about all the steps you may be doing, the cardio you may be doing. And you have to remember that when you get started with calories, whether you go to a doctor, whether you go to a coach, a trainer, or you jump online and you use one of those like calorie calculators, it's all a guess, guys. It's all a guess, okay? Everything is an estimate at first until we start tracking and seeing what's going on, okay? So what I would do, okay, if you want to be more aggressive, you would go further down on the numbers, 10, 11, okay? If you want to be less aggressive, 14 or 15, okay? I like to typically go right in the middle to get started, okay? But you go wherever you want. I typically go with 12. So 200 times 12, what is that, okay? That's 2,400 calories, guys. Let me erase this. Goal weight is, you already know, 200 pounds. That's our goal, okay? We're 250. So calories are gonna be what? Calories are gonna equal 200 or 2,400 calories per day, okay? That's your balance. Just like if you make X amount of money, you know how much your budget is each and every day, each and every week. You know how much your bills are each month based on your salary at work or the money that you make at your business or whatever you do. You have a budget. It's the same way with calories. And if we're not tracking our calories and if we're just free spinning and we don't have any awareness or any perspective around food, it is so easy to overconsume calories. It's so easy to eat 2,400 calories. If I'm not aware, I can eat that in one meal. No problem. Easy, especially if I'm not making the right choices, okay? And we'll go over that here in a little bit too. So calories, most important, okay? Now, when it comes to macros, especially if you're just getting started, even if you're not just getting started, maybe you're 15% and you want to go down to 10%. Maybe you're 20% and you want to go down to 15%. It doesn't matter where you are. Listen, guys, you want to focus on your protein and you want to focus on your overall calories. So how much protein do you need? And again, everyone will give you a different answer for this. But what do we want to feed? Do we want to feed the 250 pounds or do we want to feed the 200? We want to feed the 200. So 200 pounds is your goal weight, okay? Usually 0.08, okay? 0.08 times your goal weight, okay? Or you can just do 1. So 0.08 to 1.2, okay? That's your scale. Let me give it to you. 0.08 to 1.2 times your goal weight is going to equal your protein. I'm just going to go right in the middle, guys. We're going to go with 1. So 200 times 1, protein is going to equal 200 grams of protein a day. So 200 grams of protein a day, 2,400 calories is our balance, okay? You guys should have this written down or rewind the video. I'm getting you guys set up for success right now, okay? So I'm gonna erase this. We got our budget, 2,400 calories, 200 grams of protein. Now let's talk about tracking, okay? Listen, guys, this is where a lot of people will go off, and this comes from mindset, okay? What is the only way to learn food? What is the only way to learn money? What is the only way to learn? You learn by doing skill sets. You learn by repetition of tracking, okay? Everything is uncomfortable at first in the beginning. Making these damn YouTube videos. I'm trying to grow this channel and change as many people's lives as possible. I want to grow a community, a badass community, and change as many people's lives as possible. Okay, this is why I'm making the video. Okay, will I mess up? Yes, but I'll learn. It's the same way with tracking your food. And after tracking your food for a couple weeks, a few weeks, a month, 2 months, it starts to become a habit. And you're like, damn, you start looking at food differently. You start understanding and making better choices when you go out to eat. You start understanding, how, you know, when you go to the grocery store, you start looking at food completely different. But if we don't change our mindset, if we don't change our perspective by actually doing, holy shit, guys, we're gonna stay overweight. We're gonna stay, not liking the way that we look in the mirror. We're gonna stay the same, right? Everything stays the same if nothing changes. So, tracking. What do we do? Tracking, guys. This is a big freaking deal. Okay, and I want to talk about the few different things that you can do. Number one, you can use apps. Listen, guys, apps, MyFitnessPal, I love. They've got a new one out. It's called Cal AI, C-A-L-A-I. You can take pictures, like they're all kind of the same. And they're so easy. Like as soon as you play with it, after playing with it for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's easier than texting. You can literally take pictures of your food. Just make sure that when you are logging your food, you're paying attention to the serving, right? You're paying attention to the back of the label, right? How many grams of protein? Like the app will do everything for you. And inside the app, you're gonna plug in your numbers, right? So remember, our goal is 2,400 calories with 200 grams of protein. I'm gonna plug that into the app and I'm gonna start logging my food, okay? So you can log your food on apps, okay? Number two, you can do it the old school way. Guys, write that shit down. I've had clients that use Excel and they make their own Excel tracker and it works. Listen, it's data. This is just like building a business. I don't know if you own your own business or even if you're an employee for somebody else's business, it's all the same. right? If you don't have any data, if you don't have any systems, right, SOPs, standard operating procedures, right, just like you do anything is how you do everything, right? So we've got to set a system up for ourselves. We've got to track protein, carbs, and fats, right? Or we got to track protein and calories, right? So that we see if we're staying in our budget, right? And after so many repetitions, over time, we start looking at food differently. It starts to become a habit. Everything gets easy. Now I can look at a plate of food and pretty much tell you how many calories and what the macros are in it. And listen, guys, it's a life changer. Now I can go on vacations. I don't have to worry about it. I can go to parties. I can go to weddings. I can have alcohol. I can do anything I want because I understand my budget, so I can strategize. It's just like money, okay? So old school. I'm just going to write old school here. And listen, guys, the third way, this is actually what I do for like half my meals. I order meal prep. Nutrition Solutions is what I use. I've used a lot of meal companies, but Nutrition Solutions is pretty good. Literally, the meals give you your calories, give you your macros. You can literally take a picture of it, plug it into your phone. Oh, that's expensive. No, it's not expensive. Okay, number one, you're investing in your health, which your body is the most important thing, guys. Listen, your body is the vehicle taking you through life, okay? So this is the number one investment, right? In your mindset and your body. But I need you to know that you can reallocate the money that you're spending at the grocery store or going out to eat and all this excess money and just pay for a meal prep service, okay? Now, for the meal prep, for example, I only use like half the meals, like 2 or 3 of the meals I'll use Nutrition Solutions. And then the other half of my calories, I like to have, my Halo Top ice cream, or I like to have whatever else that I want. I don't use Nutrition Solutions for every single meal. Can you? Absolutely. But listen, guys, I can literally get on my phone, plug in my macros, plug in my calories, and every Thursday the food shows up at my door, right? So there's no excuses for how do we hit the 2,400 calories and the 200 grams of protein, right? It's just having a strategy, right? Doing the work, right? So number four, what other strategy? You could just meal prep. I put meal prep here. We're paying for meal prep. Or you can meal prep yourself. And again, have things that are easy, and maybe one of these videos I'll make a grocery list, like of the things that I do that keeps things simple. Like I'm all about simplicity, guys. I'm always working and moving and grooving. We've got a couple businesses. Like I want to keep things simple. Food is fuel, but I want to eat the foods that I love. But when it comes to rice, damn good and well, I'm microwaving that bad boy. 90 seconds, easy, right? When it comes to meat, right? I like to have, you can meal prep your meat, you can crock pot your chicken, you can do all that good stuff. I usually don't meal prep, guys. I really don't care to do that. I would rather just take a, 1 pound ground turkey or ground beef out of the fridge or out of the freezer, put it on the stovetop. It takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes at most to eat, throw some rice, throw some vegetables in there, boom, done. I like things quick and simple. My whole point of tracking, right, using the apps, old school method, meal prep, you can pay for. There's so many different ways to hit the 2,400 calories and the 200 grams of protein, okay? The key is actually doing the work, and that's where accountability comes in, right? Are you committed or are you just interested? Most people, I'm not saying you, most people, not all, most people are just interested, right? When the sun's out, when they feel good, when they slept good, right? When they had sex the night before, whatever. You can't be circumstantial with anything in life. You gotta be committed, right? Like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm in for. Let's freaking go, okay? So you guys should have this written down. You've got your calories, you've got your apps, MyFitnessPal, Cal AI. They're all free too as well. You can pay for a more expensive version, but it's free, guys. Literally, tracking is stupid simple. It's just a matter of doing it, right? We're trying to break old habits, right? If you haven't been tracking, it's gonna be uncomfortable to track, right? If you've never rode a bike before, it's gonna be uncomfortable, right? You've never done it. If you never drove a stick shift, it's gonna be uncomfortable. You'll be like, what the hell, how do I do this? Same thing with your job, same thing with your work, same thing with your business. Anything new is gonna be uncomfortable until You just do it, you commit, you get enough repetition, and then guess what? It becomes a part of your system, right? And then you scale again, you scale again. That's how you keep growing. Who are you becoming, right? Who are you becoming? Next, all right, what are we gonna dive into? So we've got tracking down, we've already got our balance set up, we've got our apps, how we're gonna track. So now let's talk about the next thing that I wanna track, okay? So this is very important, okay? And we're gonna keep this simple, okay? There's a few things that I track. I'm actually, my goal right now, I'm actually dieting right now, right? I'm actually really paying attention to my calories. Goal is to get around 9-10% body fat. I wanna lose about 10 pounds, okay? 8 to 10 pounds, somewhere around there. I'm like 212 right now. I wanna get down closer to 200, okay? So the things that I'm tracking, okay? So number one, I'm tracking food, okay? Listen guys, you can't outrun your forklifts. You can't outrun your forklifts no matter what. I'm telling you, most people are doing this all damn day. That's what I was doing, right? That's how I got 100 pounds overweight, right? So you gotta track your food. You gotta keep it simple. Track it the night before, scan it the night before, have a plan. It's so simple. Once you track one day, and this is the cool thing about tracking, guys, if you look from an umbrella view at like a week of the food that you eat, we pretty much eat the same food every single day, right? You may eat it in different ways or different, different foods together, but you're pretty much eating the same foods. So like once you plan a day, you can literally copy and paste and set up your whole week. Keeping it simple, guys. I'm telling you right now, keep it simple, okay? Number one, I gotta track my calories, okay? I can't outrun my fork no matter what, okay? Number two, what do I want to track? This is the most important, guys. NEAT. It's called NEAT. N-E-A-T. What does that mean? Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. See, for the longest time, I was going to LA Fitness. I was going to the box gyms. I was running my ass off. I'd be on the stair stepper for an hour. I would be doing all of these hill sprints. I would be wearing a weighted vest. I'd be doing all these crazy things. Guess what? Thinking that I was going to burn all of these calories and outrun my fork. Listen, guys, again, if you like doing cardio, if you like running, if you like doing all those things, dude, more power to you. That's awesome, okay? But just remember, you can't outrun your fork. But I'm telling you right now, if you walk a mile and you run a mile, it's the same thing, okay? The average person only moves a couple thousand steps a day, okay? That's about a mile, right? Most people are going from their house to their car to their office and then reverse order back home in front of another TV, another box. So listen, guys, track your steps. Hit a step goal. My step goal is around 15K, okay? I'm an active person. I've been doing this. I move and groove. 15K is minimum for me. I won't go to sleep until I hit 15K. If I gotta walk in place or walk around this damn house, I will hit those steps. Maybe you start at 5K. Maybe you start at 8K. But I promise you right now, tracking your steps, your non-exercise activity, is one of the best things that you can do that will completely change, transform your life. I promise you, okay? Number three is gonna be TEF, okay? It's part of the food. We already talked about that. Protein, we got the set number. But what does TEF mean? TEF is thermogenic effect of food. Listen, guys, when it comes to carbs and fats, right? Carbs are like donuts, bread, vegetables, cereals, processed foods. Listen, guys, the amount of calories, right? Thermogenic effect is when we eat food, our body burns calories, right? Uses energy to digest that food. So carbs and fats, oils, nuts, butters, think about those foods, only about 3 to 5% metabolic increase. So for example, if I'm eating 100 calories of fat or 100 calories of carbs, I'm only getting I'm getting almost all those calories. I'm getting like 95 to 97 of those calories, right? Because it's only taking like 2 to 3 to 5 calories to digest, to break down the carbs or fats to use as energy or store as body fat, okay? But when it comes to protein, guys, 30% metabolic increase. So when I eat protein, for example, 100 calories of chicken, ground turkey, ground beef, fish, whatever, you're roughly getting around 70 of those calories. It's taking 30 damn calories just to burn, just to digest. Like, dude, that's amazing. But remember, you can't outrun your fork. I don't care if you eat protein all damn day. if you overeat your calories consistently and you're not in a caloric deficit and you're in a surplus, you're gonna gain fat. I don't care if you are eating all vegetables all day. It's very hard to overeat vegetables, but if you overeat vegetables, you're going to get fat, okay? So we have to log our food and control our energy in, energy out, okay? What's the next thing? Number four. Number four is exercise activity. You need to be strength training, okay? Upper, lower body, I don't care what you're doing. You can do full body. At least 3 times a week, guys. 3 times a week, 30 to 45 minutes. Just make sure that we're doing progressive overload. Keep it simple. Everything in life is progressive overload. Same thing with lifting weights, right? I want to, over week to week or every bi-weekly or every month, I want to either increase the weight, right? I can add more weight to the bar, heavier dumbbells, or I can manipulate the weight. Listen, guys, I can take 30-pound dumbbells and make them feel like 45-pound dumbbells. Your body doesn't know the damn difference, okay? So no ego lifting. Stop all that bullshit. Focus on good form, okay? Good form and progressive overload. If you need to track your workouts, track your workouts. Keep your reps around 10 to 15 reps. 3 sets, 2 sets, 3 sets. Just freaking move, strength train. You gotta create stimulus, right? What is stimulus? Stimulus is a challenge. You're challenging the muscle. You're getting to a point where you're changing your body, okay? Then we progressive overload. Again, it doesn't matter if it's 1 second or 30 seconds over week to week, okay? 1 second is progressive overload. Slowing down the time under tension is progressive overload. Adding weight, adding reps, okay? Small changes, okay? But these are the main 4 things that I'm tracking, okay? There's one more thing that I track every single day, okay? And this is where most people will start to bitch because their mindset is off. Now listen, if you're working with yourself or a coach or myself or any chef in the kitchen, when I say chef, I mean coach or mentor, you need data. If you don't have data for yourself or if you don't have data for me, I'm lying to you if I don't tell you to track and do it again. I can't give you valid feedback. You can't give yourself valid feedback if you don't have any data, if you don't have any scorecards, if you don't have any KPIs, key performance indicators. This is just like building a business. How do you know what's working in a business and what's not working in a business? This is why 90% of businesses fail because they don't track their efforts. They don't track their marketing. They don't track their KPIs. They don't have scorecards, okay? So listen, your body is a business. Every single day, you need to track your weight, okay? Track your weight. Every morning, get up at the same time. I don't care if you pee, poop, whatever, just be consistent. Get on the damn scale. And you know what? Each and every day, the scale weight is gonna go up and down. It's gonna look like a heartbeat, okay? But the reason we do this is because out of the 7 days, you wanna take the average, okay? I don't care if you weigh in 5 times a week, just don't weigh in just twice a week. We need more data than that. 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week so that we can take the average, right, from week to week, okay? So we can see what's going on. If you don't see what's going on, you're gonna guess. If you're guessing, eventually the progress is gonna stop. You're gonna start to do stupid things, right? This is where people usually will try fad diets or they'll cut food groups or they'll just do stupid shit. They'll start trying to outrun their fork and it's like, no, dude, you just need to make sure that you're tracking your data, okay? You can do this yourself or you can have a coach do this with you, right? You invest in yourself, you invest in a coach, a mentor. But listen, any coach that you work with, I promise you this, any coach, I'm giving you the answers, is going to make sure that you do all of this, okay? This is why we pay money, we invest, we use money, which money is a tool to hold ourselves accountable. Without accountability, we don't have anything. Unless you hit rock bottom, unless you hit the gutter, right? Then there's no other way but up, right? That's what I did. Remember whenever I had 6 months house arrest, completely changed my life. But you don't have to hit rock bottom, guys, okay? And then the last thing that I would track every single week, guys, pictures, okay? I'm just gonna write a P. Write down pictures if you're taking notes, okay? There's a few different ways that you wanna make sure that you're tracking. Okay, I'm gonna erase this, okay? But when you're tracking your progress, okay? You want to make sure that you are tracking your weigh-ins so we can see what the average you was for the week, right? Because remember, your weigh-ins are always going to go up and down, up 2, down 2, up 1, down 1. Like, it's just the way it goes, depending on, you know, how much poop you got in you, how much salt you had the night before, did you have a glass of wine, are you sore from a workout, inflammation, which holds water, right? You want to make sure that you're also tracking pictures. Take a front picture, take a side picture, and then take a back picture. Just normal, okay? Get in front of a white wall or a bare wall. Just make sure you're consistent at taking your pictures each time. And then the last way that you want to measure, there's actually 2 more ways. The third way is you can use a measuring tape. Measure your arms, measure your stomach, measure your hips, measure your chest, measure your freaking nose. I don't care. Measure your body so you can see the changes over time. And then lastly, you're going to also notice your clothes. So there's 4 different ways that we're kind of measuring the change in our body, right? The change in fat loss, the change in our composition, because there's going to be weeks where the scale doesn't show fat loss, but your body is actually losing fat. You may be able to see it in your pictures, you may be able to see it in the measurement, or you may be able to see it in your clothes, okay? So it's important that you do that, okay? Are you guys with me? Wake up, keep taking notes, guys. I promise you this shit will change your life, okay? The last thing I want to talk about, this is important. This is where a lot of people mess up, especially females, okay? But gentlemen, don't mess this shit up. Realistic expectations, okay? How much weight should you lose each week? No more than 1% of your body weight, total body weight. 1 to 1.5, okay? Goal is 1 to 1.5 of total body, I'm using abbreviations, guys. 1 to 1.5. So what is that? What's the math there? If I'm 200 pounds or 250 pounds, I'm just gonna do some guessing math because I don't have a calculator on me. But 1% of 250 pounds is what? 2.5 pounds. That's 2.5 pounds. No more than 2.5 pounds, 2.5 to 3 pounds if we go to 1.5%. No more than 3 pounds per week. Every single week, whatever your average is, okay? Times it by 1.5%. That's the heavy end goal, right? That's the heavy end goal. Guys, if I'm 250 pounds, right, and I'm losing, let's say, 1.5 pounds per week instead of 2.5 pounds per week, that's awesome, okay? That is freaking great, okay? Do I need to clean things up? Do I need to be maybe a little bit more consistent? Can I go into a little bit more of a calorie deficit? Absolutely. But you need to have realistic expectations, okay? 1 to 1.5% of your total body weight, okay? Each and every week. Now, if you come to a week where you don't see any changes in your average stayed the same, okay? But you noticed in your pictures or your clothes or the measuring tape, don't make any adjustments. You don't make any adjustments until at least 14 days, at least 2 weeks, guys, sometimes 3 weeks. There's sometimes I won't make any adjustments with my calories for like 4 or 5 weeks. I'll keep my calories the same, okay? The goal is to eat as much food as you can and lose as much weight as you possibly can. And then over time, right, when we hit a plateau where we're burning and consuming the same amount, then we'll make a small adjustment. But the key is consistency, guys, right? Being able to stick to what you said you were gonna do, right? Discipline is giving yourself a command and following through with it, right? Total commitment, okay? Mindset, skill sets, habits, accountability. Again, today we went over skill sets, okay? What do we do? What are our macros? How do we get started? You should know exactly how to figure out your calories, how much protein you should have each and every day. You should know how to track it. You should know what to do there, okay? You can download the app right now, plug in all your information, set up your tomorrow right now. Do it. You know exactly what you need to track, like when it comes to your steps and everything. And if I were you guys, what I do on my phone, I just have notes and I just set up a chart and I have a date each day and then a column for my weight. So I log my weight, a column for my workout, check off that you did your workout, a column for steps. Did you hit your steps? Did you hit your protein? Keep it stupid simple. That way, each and every day, I can just check it off. My food is ready to go, easy to log. I don't care if you eat whatever the hell I don't even want to talk about quality right now, guys. I just want you to start logging your food. Eat whatever the hell you want that fits in your calories. As you start to get the repetition in and you start to track food, you're gonna start making better choices, right? And maybe I'll make another video on, maybe that'll be my next video, going over my fridge, going over the kitchen, talking about high volume versus low volume, how to eat more and still lose weight. Listen, guys, I eat a shit ton of food. So much food, most people are mind blown, but I'm like, listen, I'm only eating 2,500 calories. The food that you just ate was 4,500 calories, but they don't understand. They don't understand when they go out to eat and they get a Chipotle bowl, the average damn bowl is 1,500 calories and they still eat 3, 4, 5 times on top of that. A lot of people just don't have the understanding. So make sure you guys set yourselves up right now. Okay, I gave you guys all the answers. Hopefully this makes sense. There was one more thing, I can't think of it. I'm having a brain fart right now that I can't think of, but there was one more thing, maybe it'll come to me, but make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, right? Help me build this channel. Fat Loss Media, I'm trying to change the world, guys. I'm trying to build a community. I wanna help you guys, work with you guys. If you guys want more information, again, down below, you guys can join the school. It's completely free. That's where we can actually do lives. I can't do lives right now. I don't have enough subscribers. I don't have enough likes, watch time. I don't have enough yet, so I can't go live. Okay, so make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know what you're struggling with. Let me know if, like, what didn't make sense or what pillar you want me to go over next. Remember, you got to have all 4 of these pillars. Listen, you can know all of this right now, the skill sets. You can start tracking, start doing all this. What's going to hold you accountable, right? Did you hit rock bottom? Do you have a coach? Do you have a mentor? Like, who's holding you accountable? Maybe I'm holding you accountable. I don't know. Habits. How do we build habits? Habits through repetition of the skill sets. We need to do them over and over and over so that we can start to change our habits, right? A habit is just where your body knows better than your mind. You don't have to think about it anymore. And listen, mindset, number 1, most important. You got to believe in yourself, guys. If you're still watching me, if you've been here this long, I don't know how long I've been yammering. Right now, this is the most important, right? We got to shift your perspective, your belief system, your paradigm. I'll tell you what. Right? Like, I grew up kind of shitty, right? My dad used to make fun of me as a child for being chunky and fat. Like, I still remember that shit. That's trauma, right? But through repetition, right, of studying, self-improvement, and understanding my perspective and my mind, I'm now grateful for that experience. I'm now grateful that that shit happened. I have a different perspective on life. I have a different perspective on my childhood. You can change your mind too, right? Everything that you think, everything that you know, you were inherited. Somebody else gave you that shit. It's time you create your own habits. It's time you create your own life, change your body, change your mind. I tell you what, everything else, right? The reflection of you changing, everything changes, right? You walk around different, you talk different, your bank account grows, your relationships grow. Everything gets better, guys. Again, one more time, hit the like button, subscribe. Let me know, what do you want to see next, right? How can I make these videos better? Do I need to slow down? Do I need to speed up? What are you struggling with? Okay? Hey, peace and love. I'll see you on the next video.